What about glycogen? Here's the truth. Your body can replace glycogen just fine on high protein, high fat diets. Many top athletes like world-class endurance runners and pro lifters thrive on carnivore without any muscle loss. If anything, eliminating inflammatory foods helps increasing strength, endurance, and recovery. You don't lose muscles on the carnivore diet. If anything, you gain a lean muscle mass. As long as you're eating enough protein and stay fat on your body will stay strong. Now let's talk about something that really scares people, eating too much fat. Myth number 7, eating too much fat will make you fat. We've been told for decades that eating fat makes you fat. The idea is that if you don't eat too much fat, your body will store and you will gain weight. But the truth is, fat isn't the problem. Excessive carbs and processed foods are. When you eat high-fat diet with carbs, your body shifts into fat-burning mode. This means you're using dietary fat for energy instead of storing it. On the other hand, when you're eating a high-carb diet, your body prioritizes burning sugar, which means dietary fat doesn't get stored. People worry that eating too much fat will slow weight loss. But the real issue is mixing high fat with high carbs. That's what leads to weight gain. Critics argue that fat is calorie dense, but carnivore naturally regulates appetite, meaning most people don't overeat. If fat made people fat, then ancient hunter-gatherers, the Inuit and the Maasai, who ate diets high in animal fat, would have been obese. Instead, they were lean, strong, and free from modern disease. Eating fat won't make you fat. Excess carbs and junk food will. On carnivore, your body burns fat for fuel, making weight loss easier and more sustainable. Now, let's clear up another common misconception. How long can you stay on the carnivore? Myth number 8. Carnivore is only safe for short-term use. A lot of people think that carnivore is something that you can only do for a few months before it became dangerous. They assume that without variety your health will suffer over time. But long-term carnivore have shown that this diet is completely sustainable for years. If carnivore is dangerous, long-term we'd expect to see serious health problems in who have been doing it for years. Instead, we see the opposite. People report better digestion, stable energy, and reduced inflammation. Some argue that lack of food variety is bad for your health. But variety for the sake of variety isn't necessary if your diet is already nutritionally complete. The Inuit and the Maasai and the other traditional carnivore countries thrive for generations without modern balanced diets. And many people who switch to the carnivore long term, finding that their blood work, energy levels and overall health improve, not decline. If anything, adding back plant food after months of carnivore often worsens health for people with autoimmune or gut issues. Carnivore isn't just a short-term hack. It is a long-term sustainability way of eating for those who thrive on it. There's no reason for stopping it improving your health. Now let's tackle one of the weirdest myths out there, bad breath on carnivore. Myth number 9. Carnivore will give you bad breath. One of the biggest, strangest myths about the carnivore diet is that it makes your breath smell terrible. People assume that because keto breath is a thing, carnivore breath must be even worse. But this is completely misunderstood. Keto breath happens when your body starts producing ketones, especially acetone, which can give you a fruity or metallic smell. This is usually only lasts for a few weeks while your body adapts. Carnivore breath, on the other hand, almost never is an issue because the diet eliminates the food that actually causes bad breath. Sugar, processed carbs, and fiber, heavy foods that ferment in your gut. In your breath smells bad on the carnivore, it's usually a sign of poor digestion or dehydration, not the diet itself.